I used to smile a lot. I was strong. Here on this picture, I was 16 or 17. And that's me with a friend here. We were so happy back then.
Handan Ashkin enjoys looking at her old pictures. She likes to remember her teenage years. But there's one person she's torn out of all the photos, her husband, the man who nearly killed her.
Throughout the 10 years of our relationship, he hit me, he beat me, he insulted me. It happened in the bedroom too. One day, I will never forget it, I went to work with a black eye and split lips. I didn't want to get fired. He wasn't working.
But then Handan couldn't take it anymore. She wanted to leave her husband. There's video footage of what happened next. One day he approached her with a gun and shot her.
I thought, this is it, I'm going to die. I was on the ground, injured. He put the gun in my mouth and pulled the trigger, but he had run out of bullets. That was my second chance, thank God. For 2.5 years, I have been reliving that moment over and over again. I try not to let anyone notice, neither my children nor the people around me. But over and over in my dreams, I see this man trying to kill me.
Since then, Handan has been paralyzed from the waist down. Her husband is in detention. On paper, they're still married. His trial for attempted murder has been dragging on for over 2 years. Today there is another hearing. Her brother Sedat accompanies Handan to court. She's actually entitled to a driver paid by the municipality. But that often doesn't work out. Instead, she takes a taxi. Handan hates these court dates. The prospect of having to see her husband again scares her.
I want him to receive the toughest punishment possible. 5 or 10 years are just not enough for what he put me through.
Reliable data on violence against women in Turkey is scarce, but what little does exist suggests the numbers are rising. The women we talked to in Istanbul confirm this.
We've all experienced abuse, be it physical or psychological.
Of course there's violence against women here, and reports on women being murdered are increasing. We're sick of it.
My neighbor beats his wife. I think it's out of jealousy.
But it's a whole different story when you ask men.
If I saw something, I'd intervene.
In our culture, women are the most precious thing we have.
Beating a woman is wrong.
Handan and Sedat have arrived at court. Her lawyer is already waiting. Gül Erdomoş has represented many women who have fallen victim to violence. The Turkish government stresses it's taking the matter very seriously and recently published this video. The message, zero tolerance for domestic violence.
The government needs to do more to protect women than release videos like this. Our society dictates so much to women, how they should dress, that being a housewife and a mother is the best career for them. These are the messages our politicians are constantly sending.
It's time for Handan to enter the courtroom. The trial against her husband continues. TV cameras are not allowed inside. A courtroom artist captures the moment. Her husband is just a few meters away from Handan. She tries not to look him in the eyes. The judge is admitting a new psychiatric report as evidence. It confirms the defendant's criminal liability. Then, the trial is adjourned. Again. Outside, a few supporters are waiting. The activists regularly visit trials like these. Their signs say, "You are not alone."
For a long time, I was afraid, but not anymore. My health has been ruined. I probably won't ever be able to live in happiness and peace again. That's why I say to the women here in Turkey, don't be afraid of anything. You are strong.
In a few weeks, Handan will return when the trial against her husband continues. The man who nearly killed her.